begin with a basic If you can figure out who done it, then
Who
I'll
done
punish
it?
everyone.
I don't want auto.
Okay, well,
Pressing
I'll leave
space
the
can't
rest
figure.
up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Kyoko's in the room, you
But
idiot.
Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to
yes,
how much
Hero.
ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait that Kyoko proves about it doesn't belong to her is her piercing glare.
Her piercing glare!
Isn't it her gloves, I guess?
Yeah, because it's not because her hands are yeah.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
Oh, so cool.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Wow, you're a bitch. You're just telling everyone her secrets.
He
Piece of
do
shit.
be a byakubu.
I mean, it is a life or death situation, in fairness.
But he do be a byakubu.
You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that.
No one said Hero was a smart man.
Oh my god, but I can't prove why we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to. Oh yeah, spinny time. Tattoo on. Yeah.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
So
I'm
I
with
guess it's the fake
Byakuya on
nails
this.
on the last one. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, you kind of try to prove that
She
it
wasn't wearing the
it
gloves.
isn't. Yeah, the corpse wasn't wearing gloves.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well,
Yeah, she
Okay.
must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Oh yeah, I missed this. No, that's wrong.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Hero, you're collecting the keys.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's
Well, like
that.
this, she's just
The
like
dead body doesn't belong to
she's just
Kyoko.
so blunt. just going
She's
along
not
with it.
having it.
The fact
Like-
that this was up for debate just is absurd, but
But why do I gotta be surrounded by both of my friends' dead pictures? Why?
Because Makoto is just.
Beauty.
his life
I mean,
is suffering.
Hifumi was like encroaching. He didn't fit in his little thing. He was like encroaching. But
His arm was
Unlucky
always touching
Makoto.
me.
Yeah, like Hifumi was not fitting in his little stall thing. He was like definitely overflowing.
He needed 2. That's why there were 16 panels or whatever. That's the real reason.
Hifumi.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
You mean second, since you spent like 5 minutes keeping up the case.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
For anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything search from there.
Identify the victim and argue.
Okay.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
So a way you could identify the body?
Right hand.
Did you need to like look over all the bullets to remind yourself of what things were?
No,
You
she
can
had
take
the
it
right
one-
bullet
I
prepared.
had the right bullet
If
prepared
Kyoko
because I had a
really
feeling
is
they
still
were gonna
alive,
pull it up.
Yeah.
Then who died?
There's gotta be
I just
something
like
to think so.
while
And there
I
wasn't any
think of it,
description.
did you need
Oh, if
to?
we can't identify...
No, that's wrong.
Because I thought they were gonna talk about the hand. But I wasn't exactly sure which one to shoot.
There was one clue left behind that we can
It's all
use
good,
to
you
identify
can-
the body.
What?
Looking
For
through them
real?
all is
For real?
a good
Look at
idea.
peanut. You have such a little
For
peanut brain.
real? Aw, but she's a sweetie.
Nah, she's got a donut brain. She's got a hole in the middle of her
She's
brain.
got a donut
That's
in
why she's a little
Wow! Wow! So mean.
She's just
Poor
straight up
Hina.
lobotomized. Hey, it's a completely literal teenage lobotomy.
Oh my god.
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah, that's kind of what happens in these executions.
so-
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
really?
Ugh,
Hero?
Hero.
You're the one who's always freaking out and does nothing?
Yep.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah.
The tattoo
Design's
on the
pretty
back of her
strange,
hand.
huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No,
Toko's like,
that's not it.
ah!
The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Compare the tattoo to other information you have. That should be clear. Oh, yep. Was it his account or the profile?
Remember, you can left click the items to read about them before you present them, if you need to. Like, so if you're unsure if it's
What is Byakuya's account? So there's no corpse in the garden. Oh, okay. How do I go back?
escape.
Okay. This one. Dun-dun. Has to be this one. Yeah!
I got it!
I got it!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream with this freaking background.
Yeah, it's really colorful.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh no, what is it? I don't know! Oh. I thought it was gonna pick up the question thing.
You must do hangmans to figure it out.
Isn't it like a wolf?
Yeah, it was a wolf.
It's no schizo.
It's no schizo.
Whoa.
Now
I didn't remember hitting L, so I was waiting for an L to pop up. And then I
Both
looked
O
down.
and O and L showed up in the beginning.
Oh.
Fenrir.
Remember,
the wolf
Hangman's,
of
it gives you
Ragnarok.
some of the
It's
letters.
from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's
It's
the
also the
child
child
of the
of
trickster
Loki.
god Loki.
Yeah.
And a female giant.
How did you know that?
She's a writer.
Who are you asking? How did you know that?
You.
Because I like mythology?
No, I knew it too.
I didn't know.
But I just let Carter do his thing.
After all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Wow, you put it together, Hina. You put it together.
The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
Just had a wolf tattoo, you know, people get those.
That's a very specific wolf tattoo.
No, Mukuro and the Fenrir are the only ones
hold on.
who get wolf tattoos,
Isn't she
Carter.
the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Also, they never had to attend any of the class trials, so like...
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from... Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
Hey, Byakuya, do you remember, what was it, the last class trial? Where, you know, you got everything wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mistakes
No.
happen. Jesus
no,
Christ,
he's
Byakuya.
He never makes mistakes. That trial didn't exist.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot. Yeah.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
That's not a school rule. We can chit-chat as much as we want. Bless you.
Sorry. I went to hit the mute button and it was too far away.
You're fine.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Oh,
I have
big
officially
words.
decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
I don't know, it's really feeling like it's, best girl here, but that seems so obvious, man. It seems so obvious.
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Oh my gosh.
The 17th student, hidden somewhere in the school.
Ikusaba Mukuro. There was Mukuro Ikusaba and Ikusaba Mukuro. Who would have guessed it? Okay. The understudy.
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Yeah, and it was you, wasn't it, Hero?
I'm actually thinking it might be him. I don't really know.
Who's the killer this time?
I actually kind of want to see how Toko would die. Would she die by her own knives?
Get a hold
That would
of
be
yourself.
genocide.
We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can certainly only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoko.
Oh, wait.
It was Mukuro! She killed herself! No.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I
Look
went
how
to the
proud
garden,
he is.
so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there.
Now we don't need his account, because he literally just said it. What's the point of having a bullet for his account if he just said it?
He wants to be important. He must be a bullet and say it himself.
So, the murder must have taken
He
place
is, yeah,
after
but-
I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went
Except
to the
for Hima.
bathroom in pairs.
Ina went to go grab breakfast alone. There's a plot in what you're just saying. A plot. A hole in what you're just saying.
All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of
Shit,
suspects.
I have to go take a pop. I'll be right back.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it! I can't let this stand. Someone have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
What time was it? 9 o'clock, right?
It was 9 o'clock. It was like,
got
it's 9 o'clock. Get it
The
before
body must have been
9:01.
discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
And they're gonna flash back to it.
Of course. What time is it? I left in 9. Epic X 901.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 10 and 9. I don't have an alibi from 10 to 7:30. Okay, well then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time. Confusing sentence. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden.
I'm here.
In the back.
Hello.
Sorry, my parents are both working, so I had to be the one who took her.
You're on poppy sitting.
You're fine. Sprinklers, right? I think this one's gonna be sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
I'm gonna shoot this one.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
The funny thing
from
is,
10 o'clock to 7:30.
that was the right one.
That's more
Oh,
than
was it
enough
actually?
time to confuse anyone else, I think.
Is it sprinklers?
So Makoto, if you have any objections, I would be the
I wasn't even paying attention to what they were saying either.
You were just like, I'm gonna shoot it, and I'm like, yes, it will be so funny. And then you
We've
did.
established a time frame. It took place somewhere between.
I didn't do it because I was just like, well, I don't want to lose a heart, and I'm not really paying attention.
I know I broke
The
like
murder
the
couldn't
whole
have
like
happened
tension of it,
anywhere
but it
near
was
10
just too
o'clock.
funny to
It
pass
had to
up.
have taken place way later.
Remy doesn't find this remotely as funny as we do.
Nope.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you speak such indecent words?
God.
The mouth down south. I've never heard that before.
Well, of course, Toko. Everyone's watching Sephiroth, who just got released in Smash.
Oh, God.
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire
God.
existence?
Toko, calm down. Take 3 deep breaths. 3.
Take a clindamazepam.
Take a lorazepam.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to Poor Toko. I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. I don't really remember, I'm gonna be honest. The moment of truth! Oh, okay. I don't remember how to do this.
I admit nothing.
You like
I
right click,
hate
left
you.
click on the
No,
things,
no, no!
and then press
I
tab
don't
to
know
refill the
anything.
bullets.
Hold on!
So when there's no
Are you
things,
trying to
press
blame
tab
me?
to the beat.
I admit nothing. I hate you.
There you
No,
go.
no, no!
Thank you.
I don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know
It's taking
anything.
a while. There we go. Final
They have a lot of help.
How can you
This should prove it.
That face looks like there's snot coming out of her nose.
No, there is. There definitely is.
Just remember what the body
Ew.
was like after the
Look
explosion,
at her.
and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Thank you, Hina. You said what everyone was thinking.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
I don't really remember, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, because of that,
Put
yeah.
the fire out.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
So it could only have been Kyoko or Toko? What? Don't kill Best Girl! No!
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it! Best Girl, you can't do this! Kyoko murdered someone.
Yeah,
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
That means, is that a confession? What?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Oh,
You got
Oh.
toe.
I
Tell
was
him,
drinking
Byakuya.
something. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't die.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done
Oh my god, you're dying.
A bunch of air went down my freaking. Oh.
Don't you mean a bunch of water went down my windpipe?
No, air went down my throat and now it's stuck to my chest.
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever, I'm good. Cause like, I like laughed and swallowed at the same time and then like, air went down with my water.
Oh gosh.
That sounds like you're gonna get hiccups.
Probably.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Ah, you bitch!
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is
Oh,
covering the
okay.
body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A tarp. Okay. Tarp. Ah, interesting. Yes, yes. But then who removed the tarp?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp,
I like how
aren't you?
Makoto is presenting this evidence that may incriminate himself. They make
But
him
still,
Makoto,
Makoto
present
was
it.
with him, so he couldn't have gone there and removed the tarp in time. He was still with them the whole time.
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
See, but body must have been moved, right? Because there was no pool of blood. So, and then on top of that, they could have just moved the body to again. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. There was no pool of blood. Why would Kyuka say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? Maybe because she thinks you are? No, I can't think about that.
Maybe
right now.
because you are the killer!
That
You
tarp.
did it in your sleep!
If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? The body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to repeat what Kyoko said. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't, body before explosion, maybe?
By covering the
Let's look
body
at
with
what
the
they
tarp,
say first.
the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Okay. So I guess I gotta shoot the last one with body. I guess.
Go ahead
By
and try it.
covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
I'm trying to read them
So
before
the
they
reason the
disappear.
tarp was only dirty on one side is
Because the sprinkler, but the underside, it was totally. It's because
that side was, since it was facing, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh god, I missed it. Whatever.
We have
By
plenty of
covering the
time,
body,
so
killer
don't stress.
So the reason that is because the spring, but the underside, it was totally. It's because that side.
Side was, since it was facing down toward the, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong.
That's well.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? Blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
What?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
Hifumi.
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
The chicken.
Chucky.
I got the blood from the garden, right? Which makes me. Has to be that one, right? Just checking. Yeah.
Well, it's always good habit to check and to take your time.
I got
Like, you've got 5 minutes to pick an
Could it
answer.
have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Chickens have blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Remember Hero freaking out about there only being
You're
4.
saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
What is this,
Man,
Harry Potter and the
that's
Chamber of
messed up.
Secrets?
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that. Killing in general is bad. You know, they killed someone and then they killed a chicken to hide it. Hina, you're missing the point.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Of course, Hina, of course.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
That's because you didn't want to walk with me, Hina.
Then
Like,
he had
Hina, this
plenty
is
of
why you
time
should
to
have walked
spare,
with me.
Wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Jesus, she's
I
going
must
hard on
admit,
me.
Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
You're really making it seem like it's you, Kyoko. I don't want to believe it's you. And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's dead body has been added to the truth bullets.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Wow, sorry. Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
Yeah, I want it anyway.
So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
It was a lie of omission, guys. It's not that big of a deal.
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Really looking like you, Makoto. Me.
You're the protagonist. Think about what you just said. Would they ever allow that to
The knife
happen?
we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
That's to be the last one, right? And I shoot it with this one.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, I don't really care.
You shoot it with
The knife we found
disguised
lodged
dead
in
body.
The dead body.
Really?
It's
Okay.
the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatically...
The knife was on
Getting stabbed
top of
is
the
what
coat.
killed.
So if they
No,
disguised it
that's
with the coat
Mm.
and then stabbed it.
Wait, hold on. the stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma?
Yes.
Yeah. See, it says a single thing.
A single time. Has been struck to the head with an object. Yeah. Didn't remember that part though.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Jesus, hero.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, by the way, Toko should totally be dead.
Either dead or
100%.
very severely wounded.
Like,
she's in-
she was like in range of the. She should have been charred, like the body was.
Nah, Toko is
She
gone.
was, she was genocide at that point, and genocide is obviously invincible, so...
Oh, that's right. I forgot. They gave her plot armor. That's right.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
But who's smart enough to rig up an explosion like that? There's Byakuya.
But he has an alibi.
There's Kyoto. And that's pretty much it. Because Genocide Jack or Jill wouldn't kill using a bomb or a pipe.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Damn, Byakuya.
Oh my
You
god.
big Yaku butt!
That's like an ultimate, like, that's like an S tier type of insult that you can use on anything. Jesus.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
How do you know all those words?
Okay, Ant-Man.
You know all those words!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Why can't you do it? Protagonist.
Because I'm too important to do this type of thing.
If you were so important, you would be the protagonist, but you're not. Ha ha ha.
Makoto, an inflated self-ego is the first sign of someone who's losing their mind. Especially if you're running around calling yourself the protagonist.
I am the protagonist. You don't understand.
Makoto, you're just proving my own case.
I swear. I swear. I'm always hearing someone read out my thoughts in my head. I swear I'm the protagonist. I swear.
And you wonder why we think you're crazy.
Okay. Explosion. I don't really fucking know. Let's see. Yes. I don't know. What's the answer?
It's the fragments near the dead body.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I would have never guessed that. I guess if I clicked on it, maybe I would have.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
In the Monokuma?
That's only natural. Because, of course,
Oh, right, yes. It's coming back to me.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Which Kyoko knew nothing about, I think. So it can't be my Kyoko. Look at me standing up for you, Kyoko, and you're trying to kill me, Kyoko. I'm protecting you and you're not protecting me.
Anyway,
True
the
heartbreak.
culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
Wait, no, it has to be Kyoko then, right? Because she was in my fever dream. No! It can't be Kyoko! It can't!
And the only one who would benefit
Refuse to
from
believe.
that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
No, I can't. I don't believe it. I don't want to watch my baby die. No, I haven't finished my lion, my free time events with her. I haven't. I can't.
Ha 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 ha. You thought
Hold
three
on a
free
second,
time
Byakuya.
events would save you?
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine.
Hey, looks
I
like
have no
it's my
problem with that.
microphone.
Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate.
Concentration!
So,
Super
do you want me
Saiyan
to
just to concentrate?
do you want me to tell you the answer for this coming one, or give you a hint?
Is it like a sucky up bullet or something?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't fucking care.
There you go, sucky up bullet.
I don't
I
even
hate
remember how
sucky
to
up
suck
bullets.
up space.
You have
No.
to hold the button over it.
Oh, okay. Wait, right click or left click?
Not left click.
Left.
Left
Then
click.
shall we continue the
You
debate?
have
left.
to suck
the
up,
victim's
hit on the
fatal
back of the
injury
head.
has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah, she was already told.
And it wasn't because of the knife. Then there's only...
Oh yeah. According to that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her
What
head.
do I hit?
And more than that,
Um,
the victim
and then
had
we
suffered
have to go
countless
through
wounds
again, and
across
you
her
have to shoot,
entire
hit on the
body.
back of the head.
Okay.
What? You have to shoot,
Wait,
hit on the
what?
back
Then
of the head,
shall
hit
we
on the
continue
back of
the
the head.
debate?
I feel like you have to hit
Are you
The
sure?
victim's fatal injury has
The
yet
fatal
to be
injury
determined,
one.
correct?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
The
sorry,
explosion
I
didn't
misread
kill her
this.
for
You have to
sure.
absorb. That's gotta be it.
Yeah,
And that,
she was
wait,
already.
And it wasn't... Then...
No, she did the right thing. She just needs to hit the
And
fatal
more than
injury.
It has to be fatal injury,
Fatal,
right? That's
fatal
what I'm
injury.
thinking.
Just say like this one is the fatal injury.
Then
Yeah, I'm
shall
thinking
we
it has to
continue
be
Oh,
fatal
I-
injury.
fatal
I
injury
I
has
still
yet to
kept
be
reading
determined,
the
correct?
absorb
Did
part.
I fucking miss?
Explosion didn't
Completely
kill her
ig-
for sure.
Well,
Completely.
got
ig-
blocked.
You have to absorb the thing again, though. Now,
Oh yeah.
don't forget.
I know.
According to that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on
I
the back of her
completely
More than
missed.
that, the
It
victim had
says
suffered
there's a whole other
countless
block
wounds
saying,
across her
"Hey, shoot this."
Then shall we continue the victim's
Fatal injury.
No, I don't want
yet
to
to
know.
be determined, correct?
The explosion.
I didn't hold. I
Shoot
didn't.
it over.
I didn't
away.
hold
Gotta
it.
be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
Jesus
the victim had
Christ.
suffered countless wounds across her entire.
Lucky up, bullets aren't fun.
Then shall we continue?
The victim's fatal injury has
Don't
yet
get
to be
blocked.
determined.
Oh my god, I got blocked again. No!
You can have to right-click the text.
Oh yeah.
The purple.
I can do
Yeah.
that.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah.
There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
Okay.
More than
Yeah,
that,
I'm just gonna
the
hold
victim had
space this
So you
suffered
time.
might want to
countless wounds across her
concentrate.
Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has yet to be.
Jesus. That took
5
way
minutes,
too long.
like, I think 5 minutes of time passed. Because it always starts at 15
Mukuro
minutes,
died
right?
because of the
Yeah.
blow to the back of the
It
Well, it
head.
wasn't 5 minutes for us. It was like a minute.
In like, if we had played it real time, it was like 4 minutes, 15 seconds.
Jesus.
We got it. We got this. We're professionals.
Professional. Yes. That's exactly what I was. Okay, I'm just gonna reread this. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess
Oh,
they don't
yeah,
really
good point.
matter.
Oh yeah, good point.
At least you can admit when he's dumb.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
Pipe.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
So it was Toko.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground,
Okay,
and even spit on it.
Dang.
Toko, we gotta get you away from the snuff films. Come on.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Really?
Hero.
Seriously?
Uh-oh.
I'm very concerned.
Concerned.
We
One
wanna
of them
figure
turns
out
up
what killed
dead.
her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
No, I really haven't. No. I don't know.
There's
Just
another.
think it,
There's
like, just look at what you've got in there and think of.
This thing. Titanium arrows. Let's look at it.
Wrong thing.
Yeah, we impaled her multiple times with a wood block key.
Is this titanium arrows? I don't.
Yes. What
Yes.
what other weapon would you use to kill somebody? There's only 2 weapons on that list.
They should have had to be as thick as a metal pipe. That's not as thick as a metal pipe.
I mean,
There's the next bit.
I see a stick.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hima for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret.
I feel like you're getting tired of this trial already.
fucking know. What about key? Who's in a room?
The titanium arrow.
What do you think would make the
It
titanium
was in the
arrows
dojo
thick
locker,
enough
right?
to be like a
I have no
pipe?
doubt that was the murder
What is
weapon.
what is the best
you
tool
sure?
of mankind?
You don't
Duct
sound
tape.
convinced. What's the problem?
Well,
As you know what they
Solves
say.
and fixes everything.
It said the weapon
Silence
must
is
have
golden,
been
Silence is
about
golden,
as thick
duct
as a
tape is
metal
silver.
pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Is that what I'm shooting?
Talking back
I
to
guess.
Master.
Yes.
You have no right.
No right! How dare you!
What does Japan's Bill of Rights?
The titanium
They have
arrow.
a Bill of Rights? Is that what it's called? Bill of
Not
Rights?
is in
it's
the
not
dojo
it's not actually
locker.
going to be
No
called the
doubt.
Bill of
You
Rights,
sure?
but
That's what I thought. I was like, wait a
It
second.
said the weapon
I
must
wonder.
have been, it
Well,
seems like an
after
arrow would just
after
be...
World War II, we did basically
No, that's wrong.
create a anyway. We'll get into that later.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Whoa! Makoto!
Another weapon?
Kodo, be careful! You're using your brain too hard.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape.
I don't really understand how
The
that
killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows
has...
together.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was saying, what are you
Yeah.
gonna just fucking wrap it with duct tape to make it thick?
Thick with
Bundling
two
them together
C's.
using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
Whoa!
It's similar to
Exactly
Aesop's
what they
fable about the
did.
bundle of sticks.
Jesus, Toko, you really going at this today. This is the second time, Toko. Second.
All right, we're
One
looking
stick
for
is
an
weak,
Italian who
but put them
supports
together,
Mussolini.
And they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
I forgot. I'm the big history
Damn,
fan
that's
here.
harsh.
Never mind.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon.
Mussolini's flag was a bundle of sticks.
As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
Whoa!
I've never been to the dojo.
So then it was Byakuya trying to frame her. All along.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
Because he's the only one that had the key.
That's
How
not
can
true.
you say
Remember
that with such confidence?
Remember what Kyoko told you?
that she found
That
No.
she stole.
a key
She stole
that
them off
unlocked
him.
any door in the building,
Oh.
so it didn't matter if Byakuya took her key.
Alright, yeah, you're right.
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Oh,
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
What will happen if I do? I mean, I'm not gonna be the one that
Everyone
gets
dies.
murdered.
Everyone dies.
Oh.
If you
Mm,
cover
if
for
we
the
get it
culprit,
wrong,
there's
everyone
only
gets
one
executed.
Well, I was
thing
saying that
can
they
lead
weren't gonna
to
put me off anyway. I was like, what are you gonna like, lock me in the storage closet?
Well, they also have to
Oh,
agree
gosh.
on the person, and if they don't,
Yeah.
the death of us all. Remember?
of course I remember.
It conveniently has
Then
forgotten.
show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Kyoko, no. Must be connected to that dojo locker. This one, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
It was in Kyoko's room. Yeah.
I got it!
and the next
The
one
one
is going to
thing
be an
that proves
absorbing
Kyoko
bullet.
was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to
Cause she's
defend
my
her.
waifu.
It's just... There's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there?
What are
That's
you
what I
doing
need
in my
to know.
room?
I was
What?
just
Did you sleep?
protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Bianca should know better
Yeah,
than
he's
everyone.
like, I should know, but like, I don't know. What do I do?
Oh no, I don't know.
All right, so you're going to need to absorb. You want me to tell you, right?
Yeah.
You need to absorb the locker key in my own room.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you is that what you're.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key
Ow!
in my own room. Correct.
Oh, that didn't matter.
Okay,
Could I
and now
really
you're
have
going
done
to
that?
shoot there's proof when Byakuya says it.
I don't remember when that was. So.
Those words you
It's
just
about-
spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
There's proof.
You should understand that
More than any.
Byakuya,
What are you
It's
hiding?
after this one.
Never hide
After
something
this
from
one.
me.
And it gets
There's
blocked by a
proof that
purple
You
thing.
aren't the culprit.
Just okay, it didn't that.
No, that's wrong.
Nice.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Da-da-da. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I? Mastermind's trap. Victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap.
Poor Makoto can't handle best girl.
If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. You know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Wait. But if I don't... then we all die if she's the murderer.
Yes.
So what do you have to do?
We have to pursue the lie. We have to let it go.
Come on, Makoto, you can do this.
Yeah, I'm Makoto. I know it's hard, but it's the right thing to do, buddy.
But everybody, she's best girl.
It hurts, buddy. It's good that she did it for you all. She did it to protect you. Just take solace knowing that.
No.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
Now you gotta prove that she's lying.
I don't remember what Kyoko's account was. No!
She said that she had a master key. That was what it
I
said.
have the key to
Thanks.
my room. Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have
Oh
gotten
my
into
God,
my
there's so
room.
many right there.
Then, when we searched
Yeah.
Kyoko's room,
Not
how
we.
else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there.
That's the only explanation. I
So
didn't
many
have
purple
because I'd
shirts.
given it. There's no doubt.
You are
Yeah,
correct.
you gotta
So
get
I
rid of all the
couldn't
purple
Possibly have
findings.
gotten into my room.
Just in time.
That's wrong.
Just in time.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's sacred tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing.
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really... aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
I'm so confused.
Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right.
Got it, right? Does that mean Kyoko really is a killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
best girl.
No. And that's how the class trial of Mikuru Kusama came to an end. Still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me, I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuru's class trial, and in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Ew. Peace, but only inside the school. Wait, how did Toko die? What? And wait, did Hina have sex with both of them? The fuck? Peace, but only for us. It was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? Is this hope?
No! This isn't right!
Congratulations, you just experienced the bad ending. We lied to you.
So you weren't supposed to. So you weren't supposed to expose her lie.
No, you aren't. You're supposed to let it go.
I had a feeling that you weren't supposed to, but I was just like, okay. Because I was like, because I was thinking, I was like, okay, so there's a trap, and if I expose the lie, then she's going to die, obviously. If I don't expose the lie, then something else will happen, but doesn't that mean, I don't know. I did it anyways.
It's all good.
Oh my god.
You get
Makoto,
taken
why
right
are
back
you
to
staring
you.
off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Jesus. That's right, I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? Pursue the lie! Run away!
Yeah, run away!
Should I try running away? Like, this is the right option, right? So, should I try running away?
Run away! I mean, that's what I picked.
No, running away isn't gonna solve anything. I have to decide right here and now. No, I want to run away! Let me do it! Fine. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be a secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
So, not Hifumi, Jesus Christ. Monokuma placed the key in, I guess, maybe. Or Byakuya did it. Byakuya butt. Byakuya butt.
I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
You. Not you. Hina. Not Hina.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
So it was Monokuma.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
Oh, well.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
It glares at us.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
That face. Jesus. It's a new one.
Yep.
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
This time she says it.
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
Can we vote Monokuma? Oh.
Ta-da! You passed the trial with an A!
Heck yeah.
Hey!
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? You think I'm the killer?
Ma'am?
Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all your fault.
Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone.
Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right.
Oh, you bitch. No, no, that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Oh my god.
That was an Xbox scream out.
R2D2 looking ass.
Woo!
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god.
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment.
Wait, why do I... Oh, she looks sick. Look at that face. Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What? No!
Bonk.
It wasn't me, guys! It wasn't me! You know me! I'm average. I can't kill anyone. I'm not that smart. You know I couldn't have planned this all from the start. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Same thing? Okay. Am I gonna try and make myself pass out too? I'm not gonna. What? Wait. See. What? I got the protagonist shield. You can't do this to me. Protagonist shield? Oh, okay. What? Oh, what? She's back. The hacker! She was alive after all! No, just kidding. Key, sorry. Oh, Makoto. You just gonna sit there in your position? Protagonist shield! Heck yeah, I knew! Protagonist shield is always gonna kick in.
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, what's that?
Um...
Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Almost wrong voice. Alter ego? Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that, you little bitch?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you already... Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. That stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. God, I wish the stupid virus was gone. Get out of here, coronavirus.
Oof.
Oh.
Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Oh my god.
Is he gone?
Sorry if you can hear my air conditioning. Alexa, turn air
Wait,
conditioner
air
off.
conditioning in December?
Yeah. Sometimes it
I'm
gets warm when the sun comes up, you know? But I don't know why it's coming on right now.
Oh, I was like, air conditioning in December is normal, but I'm in Australia.
Yeah, you're in Australia, so.
Yeah, you're upside down. We don't want to hear about that things like that from you.
Hey, we need the upside down ones.
But we're on top of the earth. Hey, Kyoko, what is the meaning of all of this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Okay? I don't understand, Kyoko. Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to have already been attending the school, be attending high school. Two, you have to be at the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Again? This is the beginning of the game! What? Where am I? Woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. You were drugged. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Yeah! Oh, finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell, because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Look, there's a little Monokuma right there. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. Protagonist shield. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Oh. Well. Okay. I get to play. Right away. Blah.
Yeah. You
Right
get to
away.
play in the nasty, smelly, germy garbage pit.
What are you rattling? There's no door handle.
He's just
Creative license.
maybe it's just his brain rattling around in there.
Yes. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Yeah, yeah, little wimpy ass kick. Yeah, take that. And
Little
that.
average,
Yeah.
average kicks. Yeah. It probably like makes that sound every time, like, yeah.
Oh, I have
Yay.
a perfect clip for this, but we obviously can't show it. But I'll send it to you guys after this.
Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Ew, really? There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? It's again
Don't
pointless.
drink
I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. It was the only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep, and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, a literal sign comes falling out of the sky. What fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Got crunch!
Got crunch.
What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Pew pew.
The garbage.
I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Ha!
It smells
Hello.
awful.
Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to give it to the trash, then faced me
Hey.
again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! Arigato!
Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Itadakimasu! I snapped the bread and Edeki! And wanted that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Thank you for the description of how you eat.
Kyoko's just watching Makoto be like,
Okay, but like his hands have to be fucking filthy.
Mm-hmm.
he's a nasty.
Maybe he wiped them over his pants.
Kyoko, are you? I know you're best girl, but honestly, after Makoto's eating like this, like,
So it's just like, and then gulp, 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 and then he like belches really loud. Woo! That really
It's
hit
like,
the spot.
ah. Or just wipes his mouth and like all the nastiness on his sleeve.
Now I've got all that, just like that. You ate it and it's immediately absorbed into your body. Okay, Makoto. Okay. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Did I talk to you again? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, to be fair, the first time I did, and then I came back. So, don't take me too much, Kyoko, because I did technically get the bad ending. Alright, so you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that! You didn't abandon me! No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. Reason I have to survive.
In other words...
So that I can do what I came to this school to do. She's an operative! I knew it! No, I didn't know it.
7 years ago. No, I'm kidding.
It all started when I was born. No.
Nah, no, it actually predated my birth. My mother was a drinker, my father was a drug addict. You know how that shit goes.
What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason to come to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
Very important reason.
Very important reason. At least I did once.
Like, yeah, I was getting to it.
Once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. A memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
I'm dead. Then, is it really true you lost your memory? Why am I thinking that?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here!
That's right.
I just think of Makoto as like a fucking dog. It's like, you remember, right? I remember! No.
Yeah, I remember. Wags his tail. His little, like, what's it called?
Oh,
the little
God,
hair
no.
spike just wags.
No. Makoto's an
Yes,
actual
praise me,
furry,
Kyoko!
it's
Wag,
fine.
wag, 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 wag.
His ahoge. His ahoge.
That thing. Yeah, his little head spike.
Yes.
Praise me some more, Kyoko. I got it right.
And then, like, every single time, it's like, the door. The door! No. He's been doing that the whole entire game. Do you remember what
Makoto, go
happened?
fetch the truth. Okay.
Remember, Makoto, do you remember what happened in the bathroom? The bathroom! No.
Makoto, get the truth. Go fetch it, boy. Get it. Get it.
Go get it. Go get it. Makoto's like,
It's getting away from you. It's getting away. Oh no!
Oh my
It's
god,
gone!
Mina, you have to draw that.
Wag, wag.
You have to draw, like, Kyoko throwing a stick and Makoto as a dog, like, on all fours going to grab the stick of
I'll
truth.
do it. I'll do it.
I got it! Yeah!
I got it, Kyoko. I got it.
Leave this to me. Oh my goodness, okay. I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed this strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. Seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. He stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked together as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal then. It's just a possibility. And since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
Yeah. That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because you're like a dog, Makoto.
Because you're not a dog.
Because
I say jump, you
everyone.
say how high.
You were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Gah! It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, because I'm okay.
It is nothing, right?
Hey.
The
Am
four
I the
voices were
mastermind?
talking
Am I
again.
gay?
The four voices were talking again, sorry.
It's okay, Kyoko. I hear people like reading out my thoughts sometimes. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, they were talking to me again.
Hey, Makoto, do a flip!
Even now, I still trust you, you know.
Do a barrel
It's just,
roll.
I'm not used to relying on others. If you don't have your memory, how can you remember that you're not you? Okay, whatever.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. I talk to you one more time. 3 times the charm?
I was gonna say, I feel like it's not like Kyoko's memory is like completely gone, but like
her purpose.
Parts of it. Yeah, like, cause as
Parts
she
of
said,
it. Like, she
the
can
mastermind
still remember.
took it.
She still like has her personality and stuff. She knows that she's not used to trusting people and such, but
Yeah. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Your purpose and ability! You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Well, yeah, that seems about right, yeah. The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Someone you had to find?
Someone you had to find?
Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? See, again, why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad was Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. Listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So,
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, and the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the
Indeed.
entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. We went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Monitors? So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we'd ever imagined. What do you mean?
So,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
You don't say, Makoto.
Fourth time's the charm?
however,
Oh, I can continue. Okay. It was just
Yep. They don't
Just-
let you miss the important reactions.
which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuru Kisaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. But then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuru Kisaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. Okay.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves are somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Kisaba. What's that? There was a point to where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Oh.
To me?
I could have been the victim. Me? Oh my god!
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Again,
We
this
gotta
flashback.
flashback to this again.
During the night,
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as... What? That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Wait a minute, shadows can't be white.
correct.
Shadows are black, or like it's distinctly a dark figure because it's a shadow. I'm
You're
sorry.
looking too much into it.
It just bothers me.
Probably meant a white silhouette.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I ran into your room and I saw what was
Don't-
happening.
Don't hurt your
I
brain
intervened
looking into it too
immediately,
much,
of
Carter.
course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
Then their murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. And it all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have the conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means that the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use a class trial to try and kill you, Cause... What? Because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
The longest
whoever's
name in
responsible for
history.
that. Yeah. They're the ultimate
Would
despair?
seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And they're,
indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. Really? That is the ultimate despair? And that is our real enemy. 100-mile dash, pain of a junk food junkie. To be continued.
Da-da-da. Chapter 5.
I think this is the first.
I know, but no. Ultimate despair. A group of people caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those
So wait,
same
are
people.
we just going into chapter 6?
I was just
I
waiting for a
don't think
good
it's
save
started
spot.
chapter 6 yet, so it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
I was just waiting for a good save spot because
yeah.
last time I saved at like this area, it like skipped it all. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. And the most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Am I leaving now? Battle. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Really? Yeah, come on.
Must talk to Kyoko.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokami's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Okay, come on, just do it. Hey Kyoko, can we... Really? You just talked about it. Can we use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, look!
Imagine if it didn't open.
Yes, it opened.
Game over. The end.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good! We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. But where are you gonna end up? Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even... There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun.
Here we go.
Final chapter.
After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney.